So to talk about the processes involved with keyword selection, I'm just going to jump to another slide here so we can drill in a bit more detail. So what you see here is our diagram that illustrates how we think about keywords, and again this is an LCUBE proprietary process that we put together that tends to help us focus in and work through the challenges that come with SEO. So you can see that we break this out into primary keywords, then we think about secondary keywords and phrases, and then we think about a larger pool of supporting key phrases. As the slide says here, the primary keywords tend to be the core subject areas and the most obvious keywords and sort of short key phrases, so one or two keywords put together. They also tend to be the most competitive, and the ones that, generally speaking, our clients come to us saying they want to rank for. They really sum up the industry, and they get by far the largest amount of traffic, but there's some compromises there. Generally also these keywords have the ability to be augmented or effectively have other keywords added to them, for example things like geography, and therefore they're sort of thought as the core or the primary keywords that we then need to expand into our secondary keywords. So these secondary keywords are in general slightly longer, so they're usually more than they're the key phrases, so then they're not a single keyword. And they generally will expand on the primary keyword set, so they might pick up one of the keywords in the primary keyword set and then add or augment onto that keyword. So the example I gave before was geography. So for example, if we're thinking about IT professionals, and in the recruitment sense, we might think IT recruitment, and then we might start adding words like Melbourne, or we might start thinking about specific sub-areas of that industry. And then we get into supporting key phrases, and these are sort of wider terms that the search engines will believe relate to our keyword set. They might be sort of key phrases, so 3, 4 and 5 length sentences almost that sum up or expand on our primary keyword set. Sometimes they might be non-core subjects, so they might just be on topics that relate to our key topic. They're not necessarily words that we might, or key phrases that we might then want to rank for, but they are the kind of phrases and words that Google would expect to see in relation to ours. So once we've got together our primary keywords, our secondary keywords and phrases, and all of our supporting key phrases, it's time to go to Google and the other meta crawlers and work out what their thoughts are on these keywords. Now, what we're generally doing there is trying to find out just how competitive our primary keywords and secondary keywords are, and find out if there are any other surrounding keywords that Google believes is important, or the other search engines think are important and related, that we haven't actually attended to yet. If we do find that some of our core keywords are too competitive, then we really need to look and see if we can break them down, so if we can make them into sort of secondary keywords, or we can create secondary keywords that we can then focus on, or we need to take a realistic view to see if we can actually rank for those keywords. If we can't rank for those keywords, then it may be useful to keep them in our keyword pool, because we obviously might want to rank for the secondary keywords that sort of derive from them. But we need to have realistic expectation that we may not be able to rank for them. Google and the other search engines have become very competitive places, and there are a lot of websites out there who really want to rank for some pretty generic keywords. So just be aware that if you've got some generic core keywords, it's quite likely they're going to be very difficult to rank for.